It's Friday, the 7th of January, the new year 2022. Woo! This is the Black, Indigenous, People of Color Wind Down. This is where we chat and talk about what's going on in the world today. I'm Uncle Ray. I got Brother Dennis, Sister Simon, and we was talking about our tragic news of our beloved Mr. Tibbs. They call me Sir. Sidney Poitier has retired from this world. And we got to do the shouts out for him because he was a pioneer. Shout out, woo!
So what do they usually do? A moment of silence or something like
that? This is an ABC News special report.
Well, I guess since you put a special report on, we'll get to it.
Here reporting from Times Square. We're coming on the air with the news that we have lost an icon. Trailblazing actor and civil rights activist Sidney Poitier has passed away. Bahamian ministers do confirm that the former ambassador has passed away at the age of 94. Sidney Poitier, born in Miami but raised in the Bahamas, son of tomato farmers, launched a career that went from small, hard-won theater parts to eventual Hollywood superstardom. Our Lindsay Davis has more on the life and legacy of Sidney Poitier.
Your attitudes, Mr.
Sidney Poitier doesn't make movies, a critic once wrote. He makes milestones.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
For 2 decades, he stood alone as the only African-American leading man. He was the first to be nominated for an Academy Award.
No more yassa.
The first to win an Oscar for this performance in Lilies of the Field.
Get yourself another boy.
In Guess Who's Coming to Dinner,
I saw that.
This is John.
He starred in one of Hollywood's first interracial love stories.
Well, we have this problem. I fell in love with your daughter.
From his earliest roles, Poitier challenged racial stereotypes, whether playing a young doctor whose patient died.
There is a possibility that I killed him, isn't there? Don't be a fool. That I was careless in the spinal tap. That his brother's Negro baiting got me down.
Or a man frustrated by his lack of opportunity in A Raisin in the Sun.
I drive a man around in his limousine and I say, yes, sir, and no, sir, and shall I take the drive, sir? Mama, that ain't no kind of job. That ain't nothing at all.
Or a police officer forced to work with a racist Southern sheriff in the Heat of the Night.
Virgil, that's a funny name. Boy that comes from Philadelphia. What do they call you up there?
They call me Mr. Tibbs.
They also called him Sir.
You will call me Sir or Mr. Thackeray.
Poitier's dignified presence on screen opened the door for other black actors. After accepting an honorary Oscar in 2002, he said he didn't try to set the pace for others. His work was simply a reflection of his values.
And if someone saw them and felt that they were of use to them, then I'm blessed.
From a childhood of poverty, Poitier became an American icon, a symbol of persistence and possibility, of hope and excellence.
Amen. And Sidney Poitier was the...
He is a pioneer. I say nothing negative about Brother Sidney. Thank you for the many years. Thank you for the lessons that you've taught many generations. I don't see this as a sad moment for anything. I think of this as a homecoming, and an opportunity that he has given to everybody to really explore. Because you really explore persons after they died. They can really dive into his legacy now. Let's see all the remarkable things that he's done for this community. He is an icon.
Well, I mean, it was like nobody
could get away with the stuff that Sidney Poitier could do. That slap, you didn't see that many of them on TV. And only Sidney got away with that.
Yeah, I don't think Oprah could get away with that.
She could now, she could today. But back then, when they was making black and white movies, for him to get away with that slap on national TV, oh yes. That's how it's supposed to be.
I don't want to do this, but I got to because this is an old friend of mine who I've known for years. And, he's a local champion. Mel Reeves passed away this morning, or yesterday morning, I think.
Okay. Bless his heart.
These are old activists, I mean, from back in the day with Spike Malls and all the rest of them who used to go around the streets and try to get justice for people of color.
Mm-hmm.
This was one of the guys that, I met when I started working with Knock and all the other organizers. Mayor Reed was out there speaking. He was on the streets, at the rallies. He would go in the middle of the street, stop trains, buses, whatever he had to do. So I think this is another pioneer that, passed away just recently. And I think they're doing a GoFundMe for him. So I want to shout out to him also.
Shout out to Mel Reeves. Woo!
Yes, I remember doing work with him around like poverty punishment, and then also just seeing him every protest.
He was always on the spot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, every protest, Mary Reed was there doing something, speaking on the board.
I knew I'd see him there. Yeah.
Right. He was one of the people you expect to be there. Back in the day, you knew certainly going to be at these rallies. He was one of them.
He was one of the call. What do they call the people? With the megaphone?
I never knew what that was. Call and response?
Yeah, what do they call them? Rox, do you know what they call them? The people that yell out the chants for us to repeat. I forgot what the actual name.
It's like church, call and response.
I didn't know they had a name for that.
Organizers? I don't know.
Right. I didn't know they had a name for those that lead the chants.
I don't know.
We were just saying, Roxanne, Sidney Poitier passed away today.
Sidney Poitier passed away the other day.
94.
And Bill Reeves, as you just saw, passed away yesterday. Or was it today?
I think it was yesterday because they was
Wednesday was Sidney Poitier.
Because they did a visual yesterday in the morning time. It was on Camo J. So it was yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to go into this year without remembering our pioneers that helped pave ways for a lot of us to do different things today. That's why we have to look at it. It's pioneers.
No, Betty White, now Sidney Poitier.
She was a pioneer. She paved the way for a lot of people. I have to give that to her, props on her too. But they're just making room for these young people to take their places. They can't be here forever and expect the young people to fall in line. When someone goes out, someone new comes in. They're opening the door for new people to do new and powerful things.
Is that how that works?
That's exactly how that works.
Remember, we told you we're energy.
Right.
What does that mean? I heard that before. So what happens to the energy? It goes away or it goes to somebody else?
Energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transformed into a different object. Cannot be destroyed or any kind of way whatsoever. It only transforms into a different object.
So what I'm hearing is that all these new babies that are being born might be some of these old souls that are coming back.
That's reincarnation.
Well, they're saying, like, I don't know, I saw this picture of this baby. It's like, a few hours old, and the baby was holding his head up. These children are doing things that, like, my babies wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've never heard that from generation to generation. Each generation's kids do something a little bit different than the previous generation.
And it's like happening earlier. I mean, you saw that even just with the young kids and how they can work these phones and stuff, like as a baby.
They come out that way.
They come out with a cell phone in the hand.
And so what do you think that is, though?
Well, I mean,
you know
it's hardwired into the DNA. It's just like everything else. It's hardwired. We learned how to use all that stuff when we were kids. Why wouldn't our kids automatically get that from us and pass it through the generation? Just like crazy, Your mom was crazy, you got a little bit, and so on and so forth.
I seen that the other day because I was listening to Bobby, and Bobby kept saying, "Alexa, cut the lights on. Alexa, cut the lights off." I heard Caleb say the same thing. Like Alexa, we're teaching them indirectly to do that without even knowing it.
Well, everybody on the planet has to learn. There's nobody come here that knows anything.
No, but I'm saying the new stuff, like even getting an iPad. I told you a story before. My nephew was 4 years old. He had the book and it wouldn't move. He threw the book on the ground. The pages won't automatically move for him. He was using the iPad doing this, but he got a real book. The damn thing didn't light up. It didn't move. He started crying and threw it on the floor.
Well,
Like,
that just
what is-
shows that he doesn't see anybody reading a book. That's not what people do. They don't read books because the pages don't move. They only read the iPad. So why would they think
reading to the baby? Why isn't
Huh?
somebody reading to the baby?
I
Why
agree.
isn't somebody reading to the baby?
That's why the baby doesn't know what a book is because he's never seen a book.
Well, he didn't want to because it doesn't light up. He couldn't move it. It didn't go to commercials. It didn't do nothing. You just had to read it. And I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this?
Well, if he's never talked what to do with it, how would you expect him to know about it?
Well, the mama gave him the phone and did the ABCs on the app where you touch the
Right,
song.
so she's never used a book to show him how to use a book.
Well, she just wanted him to shut up.
Oh.
Go play. Here.
Oh. Well, that's how they learn it so much.
That to us.
Huh?
I said our parents did that to us. They just kicked us outside.
Well, they put me out with a book. We had to go to the library and get it. Better get the books from the library, and I better see you read them.
No, because I used to remember when mom and dad was down there doing they do, drinking and smoking and playing cards with their friends. They didn't get what you did. Just get out their face.
Yeah.
Go upstairs, go around the corner.
Yeah.
Get out my
Same
face.
thing. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, but y'all didn't have to read books.
It wasn't
Y'all
no
didn't
damn
read.
books.
It wasn't forced on us. I did read, but it wasn't forced. It wasn't like it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't like a hand like this. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. It was something that we enjoyed.
Yeah, because I didn't mind going to the library and getting my books. I liked reading when I was younger. I didn't have no problem with that.
No, see, that wasn't a forte. Because, I mean, if I went to a private school. Anytime I get out of going to school, I wasn't doing it.
What does school have to do with you reading a book?
Because that's all we fucking did was read books and stuff like that. That shit got old. Why would I do it in my free time?
Because reading stimulates your mind.
That shit was reading is fundamental. All those little commercials, boppy wash. Everybody listen to that shit. Reading is fundamental. No, it was not.
Okay, whatever. Well, I see how you came up.
Obviously, it did.
Obviously.
At R. Kelly.
Yeah. Obviously, he couldn't read.
And then look where he ended up, like people taking advantage of him. Like, look, it is, fundamental. Or at least having somebody you trust that can read for you.
And that's very difficult to find that won't end up taking your money because you can't read.
Well, I mean,
what do you mean?
There was a lot of us like that, even Red Fox. I mean, a lot of people.
Oh, well, see, that was during that time. You're talking about it when they didn't let you go to school. They made you go to work instead of go to school. Today is totally different. Even in the 70s, that's what I said. Reading is what gets you going. If you can't read and you can't understand what you read, you are definitely behind the 8 ball. Because reading is understanding. You don't read just to see the words. You got to understand what you're reading.
Reading is fundamental. You heard that commercial.
Yes, because if you have a contract with somebody, you need to know how to read it. Well, contracts are done in words. They're not done in numbers. So
we had the same problem with Donald Trump when he was doing the housing. He didn't know how to read contracts. So I mean, everybody's in that situation some kind of way. But I guess
those that fake the funk get caught at it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
But y'all don't listen to anybody. Learn how to read. Practice your reading. See, to even be able to, you have to know how to read to even read and understand what this is saying.
You think they're gonna do it?
Do I think they're gonna do it? It's gonna get to that point. They're gonna have to do it.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be done. Can you scroll it back up because you just showed this article real fast. Legalizing marijuana would be rare bipartisan for Congress. So what's the holdup? It's the same holdup that's been since Donald Trump has been in office.
Donald Trump?
Since Donald Trump started office. If the Democrats say blue, the Republicans are going to say green. If the Republicans say turquoise, the Democrats is going to say aquamarine.
The Republicans saying that the Democrats is holding this up.
Who's saying it's holding this up?
The Republicans said Democrats holding it up because the Democrats wanted to do some fair stuff.
Of course, the Republicans are going to say the Democrats are holding up, and the Democrats say the Republicans are holding it up.
Well,
That's the way it works, is it not?
I don't know, but
they find fault with each other and still don't get any work done. Nothing, just like voting rights.
It's crazy, man. That's the only job where you can still keep your job and not do your fucking job.
Right, that's all I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing, because you focusing all this time to blame the other party on what they are or are not doing, and y'all still ain't getting nothing done. Now we still sitting here talking. Here it is, 2022, and we still talking about rights for every being in America to vote. Come on now.
Or to have health care like every other developed country.
Wait a minute. Have health care like even the underdeveloped countries still have health care.
Right.
Yeah, let's go and get that clear.
They were.
I'm just saying, just making those notes.
I can see
Democrats are fighting back against like giving families paid sick and paternity and maternity leave, like paid leave. Like I don't understand why this is an argument.
Paid leave was already on the board. The only person holding the paid leave back was Joe Manchin.
This is what I'm saying.
Why couldn't believe it? I mean, why couldn't you believe they just switched from 10 days to 5 and switched back? You know,
yeah,
the government just don't care about us. You know what I mean? So it was
the vaccination that they said that now you have to quarantine for only 5 days instead of 10.
Yeah.
Well, they switched it back to 10 now.
When did they switch that back to 10? I'm sitting there watching it. I didn't see nothing that say 10.
Oh yeah, they switched it back. Dr. Fauci went back up there and started backtracking.
He should have, because that was stupid. How the fuck you gonna do that? We all knew that shit was driven by capitalism and these fucking corporations trying to make people go back to work sick. That is fucking ridiculous.
Well, they told everybody to be off work at the same time, so might as well. Everybody take off work. But ain't nobody working in piss ass jobs either.
Motherfuckers could all just stop. Because if we did not, if folks decided not to work, this motherfucker was shut down.
But I said they should decide to work because now all these jobs, since they're coming back, are basically minimum wage. So what are you working for anyway?
No, they quitting all the minimum wage jobs. That is the biggest thing. They have major discussion. If you ain't paying no money, ain't nobody going. They quitting in droves.
Right.
Well,
ain't nobody working them piss ass jobs.
The biggest industry that's hit is the restaurant industry. Everyone else is working, but the restaurant industry,
and hotels and all of that. Yeah, they said restaurant and hotel, all hospitality jobs are suffering big time. Well, they wasn't paying nobody. How you gonna pay a bar back or pay a bar back $5 an hour plus tips? How you gonna pay the bartender? Oh, you only get paid $7 an hour plus your tips. What kind of crap is that? How can I survive off of that?
Well,
it's already bad enough to pay me 15
on that one because I have been both of those that you have said.
Mm-hmm.
You can make $600 in one night. You know what I'm saying?
If you've got the traffic.
Say it again.
If you've got the traffic at your bar.
But that's not guaranteed, Bobby, for everybody. I mean, maybe one bar,
like,
2 bars.
You've been to the bars in Minnesota; they ain't making that kind of money.
I used to be a bar back. I used to be a bar back at the 90s, and it wasn't that kind of money.
Right, they don't make that money here. I can see in DC because everybody go to certain places, but here,
Oh yeah, I made that type of money. I was getting $300-400 as a bar back. You know
I can believe it. I've been to the bars you worked at. I believe you.
And that's for one night. So if I was getting $300 or $400, I can imagine what they was getting on their own.
If you were in Minnesota, you definitely getting the bar back ain't making $100. Because they don't have that. They don't even have that kind of crowds here.
Well, if the bartenders would pay out more, then it would be that way. But the bartenders pay out what they want to pay out. They don't have a standard what they don't pay out to you. I don't care how much they make; they pay out what they want.
Oh, they have. Well, it depends on the bar back. Because this bar back, you gonna give me what I'm worth, or you will not have me.
How do you determine, Bobby, as a bar back? How do you determine that? I mean, what do you tell them? I need X amount of dollars.
I see what you get in the bar back. See everything. I see what you're getting. I see your tip jar. I see the services that you're getting. So if you give me $50 and you done made $1,200, oh yeah, when I come back the next day, you're not gonna have the things that you was getting before. You know, like all those clean glasses that she was using. Oh, you had fresh ice every time you turned around. Oh, that bottle of Hennessy was restocked because you know I put it there. Oh, that's when I changed my routine. You understand? May she rest in peace. I had a bartender that did that to me. And me being security and a barback, I used to sit in the office and watch her. Literally watch her. Because she used to do that all the time. Give me the same amount, no matter how much busy she got. But yeah, she learned when she turned around and had no dishes, so she had to wash them herself, or she had to go get them that ice herself.
What do you tell them? Well, you didn't pay for nothing, so what do you expect? Is that what you told them?
You get the services that you paid for.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's exactly what you're saying. You get the service you pay for.
So what about the bosses? Did they have anything to say to you about that?
What can they say? They understood.
You're not doing your job.
Oh, I'm doing my job.
That's why I say that's.
I didn't say I did not wash the dishes or I did not refill the box. I just didn't do it when they wanted me to do it.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
You gotta do it when the bar's busy so we can make money.
You gonna make your money?
Just not with your help.
Not with mine. that bartender in the same level you are, she's getting everything that she needs, but you the one right there don't have.
See, they got the Amber Alert out. There's an Amber Alert for those that's getting that on their phones.
A white 2008 Buick Escalade.
Minneapolis, MN Amber Alert. LICHTH 234 MN White 2008 Buick Enclave.
Wow. They need to do that more often. They need to use that for other things.
Well, you know, if a kid they don't mind throwing an Amber Alert on. It's just been a while since I've heard an Amber Alert.
We had one of those for all the police killings.
They did?
Yeah, that would be, yes.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, they real quick to alert them for white kids.
Yeah, real fast.
Why not, Roxanne? The white kids are special.
Well, you see that you hear their name, Amber. No black person named Amber.
Well, you remember when Amber got taken away when they made the Amber Alert.
I mean, I remember that, but still, now, if it was Shaquita, you know, it'd be something totally different.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know Shaquita.
Well, if they, you know,
I hope they changed that.
They're gonna stop using last names for bread and breakfast. I mean, for the bread and breakfasts now when you win them, so people don't know if that's a black or white person. You think that's gonna work?
Huh?
Right now, they use your name to rent one of those B&Bs, but they always said that black people get discriminated against because they find out by their last name or their name. If they don't use the last name, you think they'll still figure out it's a black or white person?
Well, what name they gonna use?
I asked the same question.
Because first names would be harder.
Right. So I mean, Shaquita, but I mean, I guess if you use only the last name and no first name, I don't know how that would work.
It's easy for me because I'm Bobby. You know, they think I'm Robert or William. You understand? So, or Bob. You know, so mine.
Right. I get the same thing because the way I talk to my name is Dennis. At first, they think I'm white.
Black person.
No, especially a big black person once they find out, like Dennis Anderson, that's a totally white name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then when they see you, like, oh, this big black nigga, what the? You know, white name.
We had some pipe leaks. You can't use the house today.
Right. There's an outhouse out back.
Yeah. Y'all can pile up in there if y'all want to, but it's a big house.
Did y'all see that? Did y'all watch the Emmett Till show yesterday?
The Emmett Till? No, I didn't. No, I didn't see it.
Yo, it's a series that's going on now about the woman, Emmett Till's mother, how they found them and everything. It hurt my heart watching it, but it told the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know, but
Emmett Till's story is difficult.
It comes on every Thursday on ABC. It's real good. It's real good.
How do they do that? Just walk out to take your son and nobody says nothing.
Back in the day, they could do that.
Yeah,
Back in the day, they just walk in your house and come get you.
And the family didn't help defend it.
Say what, Simon?
And I said Mississippi is a different world. When I lived down there, I moved from Mississippi here, and our pools were still segregated.
Damn.
Swimming pool?
In our town, there's a pool at the middle high school. that we could not swim in, and it was known. There were no signs, but it was known in the town that that is where the white people swam, and we swam at the rec center across the tracks where we lived.
But you could not go to the white side of town.
No, we had a school close to their side of town, but they didn't even send their kids to school with us. They sent their kids in the country to an academy. The only white kids that was at my school was poor ones because they couldn't afford to go to the other ones. Mississippi is, and it's still crazy.
To this day.
It's worse. I would say
You think it's
probably
worse today?
Alabama.
So how would they get away with stuff like that? I mean,
The same way they've been getting away with it. Why do you make it seem like it's new?
And it was the Delta where this happened to Emmett Till.
This is America.
It's where I lived. I learned about it, met family members and people that were involved in fighting it. That is, I don't know.
Yeah,
that
my
was just
best friend, she's from Mississippi, and when I had told her about it, she was like, "I can't watch it." She said, "Because I actually
Actually, I haven't. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't watch that. No, that's a scary movie to me.
Yeah,
I like blood and guts and all that, but to watch an authentic show like the Emmett Till, that would be scary to me. I'd have nightmares.
Then she's like her mom used to tell me stories. Well, tells me stories about how they used to pick cotton and pecans and different things down there, like straight from off the. They get in the truck. And that's how they make their money. They go down to the fields and make their money by picking cotton and shit that way. I was like, wow. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the East Coast. We don't deal with that shit. You know what I mean? So when I hear someone talk about it, I'd be amazed.
I mean,
that's what they did in those days.
Everybody didn't migrate, you know what I'm saying, to the other cities. There were a lot of people that stayed there, and yeah, that was my mother's experience. She didn't get to finish school because she had to go work in the field on somebody's fucking land that they were sharecropping because that's how they got their housing.
Right.
Because you had to go sharecrop for somebody to have somewhere to live. Is that how that worked?
And it wasn't like it was great housing. It was a 4-room shack with no indoor plumbing.
Right.
And we had to use the outhouse.
And they still live that way.
There's a lot that still have the outhouses. That's not something that's no longer used.
It's messed up.
But well, I do want to visit Mississippi and see some of them things firsthand, and not see it as far as working it and being in slavery. I would like to see the shit that happened to my ancestors. I just want to clarify the universe. You understand? So, yeah.
You don't want to be a part of nothing.
Let me know when you're gonna go. I lived in Rouville, home of Miss Fannie Lou Hamer. But yeah, we can go
home of Miss Fannie Lou Hamer.
That's right. We can go down there. I ain't been home in a minute, so I would say let's go.
So you say Mississippi is a great place to visit?
Well, I heard on TikTok it's a good place to go eat, and I better go to the gas station because that's where
that chicken.
Get the chicken at the gas station.
They said they said the food. And did you say when you listen to someone and say, Eartha back there burning that shit up, that means you get extras. Because that means the person that just said that they're gonna go call their cousins and from the other town and to come and eat. And by the time you think about coming about getting more, it's gonna be gone. Then she broke it down.
Wow. So it's rules to that shit. You go down there.
You don't go to no store. Like you go to get a po' boy. Like you said, you'll pay $20 for a po' boy, but you go into a hood and get a real po' boy, you're gonna pay $6.99 or something like that. You know what I mean? So
isn't that how you're supposed to shop? I would think that's how you're supposed to go. I mean, I wouldn't go to the white side of town to go get a black sandwich.
Why not? It'd be downtown.
Why would I? For what?
It'd be in the tourist area.
It's in the tourist area. No, I'd rather go to the authentic spots. Let me go to the hood and get my stuff.
In Alabama?
Wherever. I'd rather have authentic foods than to have that, oh, well, we're trying to make it taste like it's authentic.
Did y'all hear this today? What do you think about Barack and Oprah calling?
What do you think about that?
He
has been saying since it started, he is not going to participate. He don't want to, and that was it.
Is he a Republican?
No.
Not today. No.
But the issue is his seat is safe.
Because he ain't got to worry about being voted out at this time. He's got until after. He don't have to be primaried until after Joe Biden's out of office. So he'll be there for 4 years.
Is this a brother that's not a brother because he does not go along with the Democrats? And I mean, he's the only one that's opposition. Is he really a Democrat?
So isn't he the senator from West Virginia?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I gotta say.
The West Virginians are not happy either because they are poor just like the rest of us, and he ain't helping home either.
Yeah, and he done made millions of dollars off of them.
And on top of that, he owns a couple of coal mines.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not broke by no means. He don't never have to work again. He owns coal mines in West Virginia. That's why he's not looking. He's not looking to change over to cleaner stuff and get rid of the oils and stuff like that. He don't want to play in that.
I see why.
Yeah, because he owns oil. Oh yeah, he owns coal mines.
So he's in West Virginia. He owns slaves too because coal miners was slave owners. They had even their people who are working for underpaid in those tight areas to get that coal and stuff like that. It was unsafe.
Yeah, but you got more white people doing that because that's where they made their money.
I guarantee that.
Daughter.
I seen that movie.
All the coal miners was white. That was a high-paying job to get a coal mining job. They weren't trying to let a whole lot of black people take that money.
But it still destroyed your health. And that
whole. Oh yeah, coal kills because all that smoke and soot getting in your body. Yes, that causes black death.
Right.
Didn't they make that movie here?
What, Coal Miner's Daughter in Minnesota?
Is that the one with Charlize Theron?
No, it's the one with that old girl that sings. Got the sister. Crystal Gale is her sister.
Okay, maybe I don't know her. I don't know.
Yeah, Coal Miner's Daughter was Sissy Spacek. What was her name? What was that girl? I know the girl with the long hair is her sister.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. It was an old white movie.
Yeah, it's an old white movie. Coal Miner's Daughter. What? Crystal Gale? Loretta Lynn. That's what it is. Loretta Lynn.
Yeah. It was a good movie.
Yep, that was Loretta Lynn that played in Coal Miner's Daughter.
And Sissy Spacek and Tommy Lee Jones.
And Dolly Parton's parents were coal miners.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep, they were coal miners. So I said that wasn't really a black job because they made money doing coal mining. As dangerous as it was, and still is to this day, they made money doing that.
I like her. She gives me Betty White vibes.
Who?
Dolly.
Yeah. Well, Dolly's open-minded. She's not all.
I always
closed up. Yeah, Dolly. She don't mind working with people that don't look like her.
I think Dolly was the reason why.
People.
Say what?
But I like that she gives back to poor people.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
remember when they had the big thing that went down up in Nashville? I mean, wherever she lives at, and she gave everybody in the city $6,000 a month to continue to live until everything got fixed. She did that within the last 10 years. She did that for her whole place where she lives at, wherever her Dolly land is.
Tennessee.
Yeah, she paid for them. She paid them $6,000 a month till they all got on their feet. That's what kind of lady she is. I'll give her props.
Yeah, I fell in love with her and them boobs back when I was like 14.
Mm-hmm.
Yuck.
When she was on the Lawrence Welk.
You had them big old boobs. I think all of us was in love with them boobs.
Well, Dolly's out.
They still look nice.
Well, you know, when you wear them super support bras, they're not gonna sag. You gotta wear a super support. You know, like Dennis, don't you still wear your super support bras?
She looks good though to be 98 years old.
Right. I think I tell you, she got enough money to pay for bionic bras to keep everything from sagging.
Still singing, still dressing, still
Right.
wearing.
So she did a Christmas special just recently.
Last year.
Yep, I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah, I did too. I seen she had like a little movie with it, right?
So yeah, I don't hate on Dolly at all.
About the patches that her mom used to make. Her mom used to take the patches and make her clothes off with them and different things. Yeah, I like Dolly. But I really fell in love even more when with the incidents with George Floyd and everything happened, and she spoke up. You know, I was like, and she's an older person, an older white person from Tennessee. You understand what I'm saying? When she said what she said, you know,
it changed everything.
Yeah, that just melted my heart all the way around her. Much respect.
Just like Betty. Well, this is 2022, and hopefully everything will get better. I'm gonna keep saying that because I'm still worried about them voting rights, but still, everything's gonna get better. Before 2022.
They were attacking our voting rights in 2020, and we still showed up and we showed out.
Right.
The thing is they can keep coming at us with that bullshit. And what we gonna do? We gonna turn around and do what we need to do to make sure people can vote. If it's finding money to get them IDs, then we will do that.
If we have to drive them there, we can do that. Yes.
We'll do that.
If they only have the stores open, so many days, we can just pack people in there. That's just all we have to do.
And we'll give them water before they step on the land of the polling.
That is crazy.
So they don't be tripping, talking about can't nobody get nobody water while they standing in line. We gonna hit them as soon as they when they in the street coming out their car. So
we should promote early voting some kind of way. Do something around early voting so people do it. You know, do really go out there and do a campaign like early vote. Make sure you get your vote out there. Don't wait till the last minute.
They trying to cut that out, dude. That's the part. That's the part of the voting issue. They're trying to cut out early voting. They're trying to cut out multiple polling stations. They're trying to cut out that you can only vote from this time to this time on this day, not this day. All that kind of BS. So that's the whole thing. It's not just one thing they're trying to change. They're trying to change everything around to try to make it more and more difficult for anybody. It's not just people of color to vote. It's making it difficult for anybody to vote. So only because even going back to 2020 with Trump saying that his vote was stolen. I don't care if every white person in America voted for Trump. You still have all the other nationalities that weren't going to vote for Trump. And there's a lot more of us here than it is them. So this is a lot harder to swallow. And they're trying to make sure that nobody is able to vote unless you're a part of the group.
Lord Jesus.
That's what they keep saying.
Well, good news. They made $37 billion in 2021 off of weed.
Yep, I'm about to get some of that money.
37 billion. Who did that go to?
The communities that they serve.
37
because they put it right back into the community and make sure the community is moving sustainably.
Supposedly.
Well, you don't hear about any of them having issues. The ones that are actually doing Colorado, you really don't hear nothing about them. And any of the other states that are selling cannabis, even during the pandemic, you didn't hear about cannabis sales going down.
But this is what they're saying. Did you see the sentence? They're expecting it to decline in 2022.
Why?
That's what it says. Do you look what it says?
I didn't read. Dennis don't never put it up where you can read it. He just wanted to see the
Some
title.
experts caution that growth may decline in 2022.
They've been trying to decline growth in many, many years, and we finds it anyway.
Yeah, we're
not. Now with seeds being sold on Wish. Mm-hmm.
No, we're not going to stop smoking in 2022. So y'all know.
Yeah.
Y'all don't buy them seeds from Wish, please.
Hi, did you buy some?
No, I don't do those things.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I'm gonna get some seeds off of Wish. I can grow my own.
Just sign up with the program that Raekwon and Killer Mike are doing.
They didn't come
They're
back.
paying people.
I did. I signed up and I still ain't heard nothing back.
Because we ain't legal. That's probably why.
Yes, they said that. They
Because
want
I
to
sure
do
enough
illegal
did
states.
respond to them.
Gotta be legal.
You gotta be a legal state because they don't want any.
Well, what states are legal? Because the feds ain't said nothing to nobody. So what states are legal?
The ones that allowed, like
In
Colorado,
Boston, whatever
California.
like New York, it's legal. It's legal. You can
Washington,
go
D.C.
anywhere. Federally, no, you can't.
So state legal, so long as it's state legal, not federally. Gotcha. Thank you, Sign Bait.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about that unless you live in
state legal. Because they need to go and federally make it non-legal, and people can make money.
Well, this opportunity I just showed you.
You probably won't have a lot. You won't have all, and that'll cut down some of the domestic violence too. Because alcohol plays a strong part in a lot of domestic violence. I'm not a strong advocate for alcohol.
Cannabis don't calm everybody down. Some people.
No, I'm not saying it don't.
Cannabis too.
You said they ask your ass off of cannabis?
Yeah, some people get mean when they smoke. Not everybody chill.
First time I heard that one. But there's a first for everything. I don't deny nothing. It's first for everything.
Well, yeah, everybody don't act the same way. I see a lot of guys out there on the street when they get all hyped up and bump chests when they get high.
Really?
Yes.
I'm gonna take your word for it. I'm gonna take your word for it. I don't know it all, and I'm willing to learn.
Well, cannabinoids are in the cannabis, and we have receptors in our body, and like they're hormones and stuff that may throw things off for people where it just don't provide the same effect.
Well, yeah, just like everything. Not everything works for everybody. I get you. Not everything, but that alcohol, I still think is worse.
These are the states that have programs.
Mm-hmm.
So without medical use, where's that at?
New York, Virginia, D.C., Connecticut, New Jersey, Massachusetts, California, all the places you was talking about. See, I would love to go to New York.
Yes, 3 states that have no program for marijuana. So the rest of them do some kind of medical or something, or recreational.
Comprehensive medical cannabis program. Well, okay, I see why.
They're working on it in Nebraska.
They're working on it in Nebraska?
Yeah, I have.
Well, all of these that have this comprehensive medical cannabis program, is that where they sell the inferior cannabis?
I think they're trying to do Marinol and substitute, weed.
Substitute?
That's not really weed.
I want something natural that growed out of the ground just like a turnip. I don't need no substitute made by no man. Just like that, what was that stuff, that K2 stuff that they had made by men? That had them people going crazy? That's mess.
Don't know had, they still going crazy.
Let's see, that's mess.
You still on that shit.
Man can't make nothing that's euphoric and that's natural like that.
And he can't recreate it either.
Right, they can't do it. So, why not just use the real thing and be done? I never understood people that would go for synthetic over the real. It just made no sense. But okay.
I agree. Why would you take a perfectly good plant and do anything with it to make it different than what it really is?
Try to recreate it.
The whole of big pharma, it is the properties of things that occur naturally resynthesized in a lab, put in a pill form, and charged billions of dollars for.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, most pills are planted in the
backyard.
Because just like you said, most pills could be made out of the backyard. But if you go to the pharmacy, you don't pay all that money.
and grab some of them things out in your backyard and heal yourself, or in your cupboard, like cumin and garlic and different things.
You know what, Bobby? I was 15 years old. We went to a camp meeting. My church used to do this, and it was on a garden. The people there were Seventh-day Adventists. They had a garden where this guy went out there and got some stuff, aloe vera, some other stuff. They put it on the wounds because we didn't have no doctor back then.
Aloe vera is good.
But he got all this kind of stuff from the garden they had, and that's what they used to for sores, for you hurt yourself, all that kind of stuff. They put it in this little bowl, mess it up, and they put it on people's skin. If you were burned, anything like that.
To this day.
Well, I didn't know what that stuff was, but every time that somebody get hurt or cut themselves, he go right in the garden, gets a bunch of plants, smash them up together, and swish it on you.
Aloe vera plants, a lot of people have aloe vera plants that you just keep in the house, and you just break off a little piece, smash it up, and put it on that burn or wound or whatever. Because aloe vera
indigenous cultures lose that, right? People of color have lost some of those healing knowledge because it was illegal. It was illegal for us when we came over on them slave boats to practice any kind of medicine from Mother Africa. It was illegal for Native Americans to practice their indigenous medicine. Illegal for Hawaiians to practice their indigenous medicine. That way they can control the medicine through big pharma.
That's why everybody's on pills now.
Voodoo.
Exactly.
That's terrible because I hate pills. I do. That's gonna be the death of me.
Yeah, it's gonna be a death of everybody because my father died on those high blood pressure pills.
He died on them or didn't take them?
He took them, and I think that's what killed him, literally, because he was groggy. He was lifeless. He didn't want to do nothing in the end. It was just
from high blood pressure pills.
I don't know what else he was taking, but that's what he took the most of because he had 10 pills he was taking.
Well, blood pressure is not going to do all that.
I think he had a touch of diabetes too or something, but I'm just saying those pills, I think after a while, he need to get up and move and walk around. He can't just sit down and get old and not move around. I thought that was even crazier.
Yeah, because if you don't use it, you lose it. So if you stop walking, you can't walk. You're going to lose the ability to walk if you stop walking.
Right. So I was thinking if he sleep all the time from those pills and not doing anything, how long can that last? Or how long can he last? Because you got to move around, dude. And then he still ate salt and seasoning salt. I mean, it's just a mess. I don't want to grow up with pills on my thing. I'd rather go out naturally. Just like my grandfather did to other people, kicking and screaming in the car.
So you're not gonna take the pills. You're gonna rebel and say, I'm not taking none of the pills.
Okay, to be honest with you, on 100% about these pills. I've taken them, and I get the same thing where I get sleepy. I don't know why I'm tired. It's hard for me to get up. When I do get up, I'm groggy. I got to sit for an hour or two to kind of get myself together. If I don't take the pills, I don't feel that way. And I think it's interfering with my marijuana intake. Because, when I take those pills, I be sleeping, I don't want to smoke. And that was a problem.
That's the problem. You be too sleepy to smoke, and so we got to change that. I'm too tired to smoke.
Yes.
Bless your heart.
I mean, some got to give.
And it better be them pills.
Well, I know what marijuana do to me. I don't know what them pills doing.
Well, you can do the marijuana and be hungry. He didn't give you the munchies? He didn't give you the munchies despite all of that?
Go get a pizza and you'll be good.
Well, I'm down with all that. Well,
I don't know.
Well, do your research and just Google natural flowers or remedies or holistic things that I can take for high blood pressure. And first thing may come up is ginger or oregano, something like that, because oregano is good for high blood pressure and regulating diabetes. and different things like that. So it's all about researching of what you want to do. You know what I mean? Like I right now, I have a tonic that I take every morning, but this is just seasonings from out my cabinet, which is, that is have beneficial things to me. I mean, in life in general, like cinnamon and vanilla, ginger, cumin. I mean, turmeric. Things like that has natural properties that's able to heal you. You know what I'm saying? So do your research. Everything that man give you, you don't have to take. It's all about educating yourself. Like I said, it's something in your backyard that will heal you in some type of way or form.
So how do you learn how to use that stuff? Because I mean, that stuff is not like on my list of things to do in the morning time. So I had to find a way that I can take that stuff because I'm not going to just go to the cabinet and take some damn turmeric or oregano. I mean, like, what the hell would you put that in to take that shit?
As you researching, like Bobby said, they will tell you what to put it in and how to use it.
You can make it into a tea. You can make it into anything. You know what I'm saying? A pill. Since you're so comfortable popping pills, there's ways you can turn into pills.
You can make it into a pill.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to do your research. That's with everything.
Nothing is built with a label on it that you can just read and tell you what to do with it.
I'm not that dumb. I'm just saying, like, I'm not used to using those. I don't even use those seasonings on my food. Salt, pepper, Lorry accent, and garlic powder and onion powder.
Oh my God, he done turned white. Oh Lord, he done turned Caucasian.
Garlic powder.
He don't know how to use the seasonings no more.
Garlic powder and onion powder have healing properties also. Check them out.
Right, not the salt, the garlic powder and the onion powder.
Not the salt, no.
Right, because I learned about the salt.
Not the salt that you're using, no.
Well, all of it's sodium, right?
Do you use regular salt, sodium salt?
No.
Sea salt, because sea salt is not sodium.
Yeah, I use sea salt and Himalaya salt.
Yeah, I use both of them. Himalayan is the pink salt.
And kosher.
Depending on the item, yeah.
No,
Did you still use you use white regular table salt in it?
If I say yeah, am I gonna beat up?
No, that's you cooking. We don't have to eat after you.
Yes, I do use regular salt, especially for French fries.
Oh no. So any potato, you put your regular white salt on.
Just a little, just when they come out the grease, you gotta throw a little bit on there, not much, just a hint.
But you can just get I
put sea salt on mine.
Fine sea salt. That's just like table salt. You can sprinkle it right on there, just like that too.
Yeah, I use table salt on my fries. I ain't used regular salt like that in years.
Wow.
Because I don't think regular sodium is good for you. Not in my intake.
Well, I didn't say it was good for him, but I mean, that's what I've been used to all these years on French fries.
Yeah, because you're not gonna change. You can't seem to change anything, so we understand.
You and this attitude, I don't know where you coming from.
You're telling us, Dennis. I'm taking the words that you said. I've done it all my life. I ain't got time to change it.
It's not that I don't want to change. What do I know? That's what I know.
If you want to change it, you do like Bobby said and research it. It's just that simple. If you want to go to the concert, you go research how to go to the concert. So it'd be the same thing. So if I want to eat healthy, I'm going to learn how to do it and research how to cook those dishes. That's not difficult.
Does a pink salt all that cost the same? I mean, is something different?
What?
I mean, I've never seen the pink salt in the store. I guess I wasn't.
You never seen Himalayan salt? That's because you weren't looking for it. Because it's in all the grocers. There's a Cub. It's at Hy-Vee. It's at Rainbow and all the other stores. Yeah, Himalayan salt right next door to the sea salt.
Wow.
But do you actually look for those things?
Well, no.
Okay. That's why you don't see it. You can't find nothing you don't look for.
But it's not on my ideal list of things to go buy. Unless y'all just mentioned that, I mean,
because you haven't done any research on how to make your food better and healthier for you. So it's understandable. You have to research that stuff to see if it's worth using for you. Nothing comes with a label that says use me. You have to research it.
But I mean, that would mean I would substitute what I've already used. I don't know.
Okay, Dennis.
I don't know. That's gonna take a lot of trying to figure out what this is and what that is. I got a routine. You know, Lurie's seasoning salt is part of that routine. You can't get that taste with other seasoning. Now I do use Mrs. Dash. I will get some of her because she had different flavors. You can use as much as you want because ain't no salt in it.
Okay.
So I can do that, but the Himalayan salt and all that other stuff, that kosher stuff. What is all that stuff? It's just I'm gonna have to get a person to help me to figure that shit out. I never eat. Do they use that at McDonald's?
McDonald's doesn't cook real food, so they wouldn't have any stuff like that. Everything they have in there is processed, so I don't know what they use on their stuff.
So maybe
it's not food.
Is that Chipotle? Maybe go to Chipotle. They use it there.
Chipotle uses sea salt on their stuff.
Oh, so maybe I
can you can go to their site and look at. They use sea salt. They don't use regular sodium.
So maybe I start using for Chipotle to eat it since they use the regular the sea salt.
Is that gonna change the rest of your diet?
Unless somebody help me.
Just because you just started eating Chipotle, that's not gonna change your diet. It's just you going to a different restaurant.
Okay.
I got some awesome.
I'm going to say I admit it. I'm set in my ways. At 50-some years old, I'm done. I can't do it.
You've told us that for years.
And you know what? I'm gonna need that milk and cookies, despite the milk and all that. Whatever y'all say about milk.
Your diabetes ain't gonna let you eat your milk and cookies. You just call that a day. Your diabetes is gonna mess you up.
Well, I'm glad you said cookies because you know what? The Snack Shack in Crystal will be opening. They will be having the candy man in the hood and coming. Yes, I will be doing that now in Crystal. So
is the cookie card open? The cookie card can be open?
No, but the Snack Shack's gonna be open in Crystal.
Be opening up in Crystal, the Snack Shack.
Just as clearly as he said that, he's talking about something totally different.
Well, I thought you had cookies on here too.
I do have cookies.
Said at the Snack Shack, dude. What part did you really are setting your ways? Don't even listen.
Fresh baked cookies, fresh sliced cakes, you know, homemade breads. The Snack Shack have it all. You can get the Snickers, the soda, penny candy, because I'm actually sell penny candy.
Now that would be hot. You get those.
Do they still have penny candy?
Well, it ain't a penny, but
yeah, I go get it from the people. You can order it online. Can I sell my sweet potato pies?
Okay.
Why not? Did you make another one?
No, you want me to?
Don't go to anything extra, yeah. Don't go to nothing extra.
She's letting you know that's her business. So if you want to put in an order, please give her.
When she's ready to put them orders in, I put mine in first. So
you know, that's what she's trying to let you know.
When you rev up, when the oven starts.
If you want a good Southern sweet potato pie, call Simon.
Hey, good looking.
Mine's is hot, still not fresh out the oven. I bit that motherfucker when I got it. I didn't even cut it, I just bit it. Huh?
A one pie lasts 2.5 seconds amongst us.
I got at least 2 days out of my pie.
I didn't, because I got what's name came over here.
And see, you already talking after a while. I'm sharing my pie with nobody.
I had no choice.
That's crazy talk. You have choice.
How?
If you didn't walk in with a pie, then how you gonna get some pie?
Well, it was sitting on my desk. I was eating it like from this side. They walked in and like, why are you doing it like that? Can I get a piece first?
No.
That's rude.
Yeah, that's rude. This is my pie. You walked in, well, I'm eating my pie. I gotta share my pie with you.
But at that time, it was damn near a whole pie.
It's 7 o'clock.
Oh shit!
Ooh, such language.
I mean, it snuck up on me.
I don't know how things sneak up on you. That's crazy, but okay.
What is it? You snuck up on you at 7 o'clock? It's all good. Well, are we doing something like saying goodbye or music? Huh?
Bye, everybody. See y'all next time.
Alexa, play a song.
I'm so glad we had this stand up. All right, 7 o'clock. We can go home.
Where's my
Not
thing
MJ.
about?